I'm Abdullah Obeidat, representing School of Humanity with my partners Anwesha Nath and Shubham Kumar with our project Carbonlink. I was a student in School of Humanity and I used the skills which I learned and harnessed them into this product. And we built Carbonlink in a global hackathon for Uber and won awards for the product. And we're excited to share it with you guys. I'm going to introduce one of my partners, Anwesha Nath, to introduce Carbonlink.
Hi, so a quick summary of our PowerPoint here. So Carbonlink's vision is to deliver the best global platform that encourages users towards a more carbon neutral mindset. So to start off, we'll start with addressing the issue. So we've identified that an average person on Earth, especially in first world countries, have a very high carbon footprint. And there's a general lack of awareness in many communities around the topic of climate change. So we aim to solve this issue with our product, which is Carbonlink. So Carbonlink is planned to be rolled to multiple different markets in multiple different phases, and we intend to market this by reaching and engaging with many different users. We have also built a very defined long-term growth plan with a sustainable model and alternative. This is to answer the basic question: how can companies adapt to an ESG initiative while creating a framework of a revenue sustainable model? So we at Carbonlink implement innovative ideas into opportunities for our customers to secure and sustain. On to you.
So in the current world which we live in, the key issues are that there's an increase in carbon emissions and there's a lack of awareness and response to climate change. We have recently seen a 20% rise in fuel consumption, and this is directly associated with greenhouse gas emissions. This is along with a 7.5% rise in carbon emissions worldwide since 2020. Along with this, we have seen a lack of awareness and response from everyday people and businesses. If you don't know, your carbon footprint is the total amount of carbon emissions you have on a daily basis. And today, 9 out of 10 SMEs don't know their carbon emissions. And the average person does not track their carbon footprints. Yearly, we have 34 billion in emissions in tons. 4.8 tons of fossil fuels per person yearly, and this accounts to a 6% increase in carbon emissions in just 2021 from 2020, and 46% CO2 accounts for 46% of the increase in emissions.
Now, this is where Carbonlink comes in, a beautiful, innovative app that helps users and entities to be able to track and record their carbon footprint onto a secure blockchain network. Some benefit that the apps provide is the ability to link multiple third-party services to your account. For example, Uber, which was our case study, or even Emirates and airlines. For corporations, this can really help improve their ESG score as every employee becomes more socially responsible. This can potentially decrease the carbon emissions of individuals across the world and help further increase awareness towards environmental sustainability. And next up, I have made a quick demo of the prototype of Carbonlink.
Abdullah, you have to sound share. We can't hear it.
You could stop sharing your screen and reshare your screen and make sure you've clicked the sound.
If that's not working, is it all right if I present my phone to be, I think it should be working now, should it?
It's working, but the sound's not.
Is it all right if I'm able to share my phone because that has a prototype in it?
Sure.
All right, it's taking a while for some reason.
No worries. I'm enjoying this presentation so far. I'm willing to wait. Take your time.
Just for the
so
record,
sorry for-
this has happened quite a few times in this gift session where the sound did not work. And one of the things I'm going to be doing is talking to Zoom about what the problem was.
Yeah, it's unfortunate it had to happen to us, but it's almost done. So
If you
I
want,
think it should be
you can
working now.
just Shubham, if you want, just comment over what's happening.
Okay, I think it's wait. I can choose. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
we
we
can.
You see your phone.
So this is So this is your homepage. You're greeted with a beautiful welcome back and your name and a picture of your location. So currently this is set to New York. So there's a picture of New York. And so immediately you'll be able to see an orange box, which shows your today's consumption. And so what we've done is we've made a green streak, which allows you to track how many days you check into the app and how many days you're constantly keeping track of your carbon emission. So today I've used up 12.5 kilowatt hours. And so I'll be able to see where I've used my 12.5 kilowatt hours in a much more detailed manner. So here on my Uber rides, I rode to Dubai Mall today, and that generated approximately 0.3 kilowatt hours. If I want to know more about it, I'll be able to go to the full history. And so that's the main home screen. Then we have a green, which is another initiative that we installed, which works similar to the Forest app and provides rewards for every time you check into the app and every time you try to decrease your carbon emissions per month. So you get a tree for that, or you get a different cactus or a different plant in that matter. So here I can see my daily streak is 18. So I've checked in 18 days in a row, and I'm able to see how long it is till my next tree arrives. And there's a calendar too. Lastly, there's a quick profile which shows your wallet ID, as this is going to be implemented on a blockchain network. You'll be able to see a weekly consumption, monthly consumption, and finally, you'll be able to check all the connected services that we're going to be implementing. So Uber, Ring, Philips, Lime, Emirates, DIWA, which is the Dubai municipality, and Apple Home. Abdullah, you can continue screen sharing.
All right, so this is an important slide because we developed this when creating our product for Uber. So essentially, we made Carbonlink as a case study for Uber because we were in a competition. So we really believe in a strategy that includes collaboration. So we came up with the idea of Uber for you. Now let's take a look at this scenario. So in a business as usual scenario, Uber can grow 30% year on year as per current trend, and it reaches up to around 19 billion rides by the end of 2025. So when Carbonlink potentially partners up with Uber, a big question is asked. If Uber is going on an ESG initiative, how would Uber sustain a profitable revenue model? So we worked out a very unique concept called Uber for You, a very personalized touch for all our Uber customers. Essentially, we have suggested that Uber should grow their wallet share by introducing a new line of services to generate incremental revenue from each customer while executing the Carbonlink program. So firstly, this can be done through a new feature within the app by building new relationships and improving existing partnerships with low-value electric car manufacturers, for example, Hongqi and Nissan. Obviously, at the same time, why would these EV car companies agree? I mean, it's absolutely possible if both parties agree to a revenue sharing model. This will encourage companies to launch affordable cars for the drivers, and this goes into setting goals for a long-term strategy. Next, we also want to create a center of excellence by building expert teams offering customer-specific services. So for example, as of now, Uber is quite suited to the white-collar public. So we wanted to go for something that the blue-collar public could benefit from. So maybe we can provide, for example, EV-related transportation for them from their accommodations to work. And this is just a way that we aim to build capabilities. So basically, this is a framework for strategy and sustainability.
This product here, the Uber for You, is an example on how we can partner with different companies and SMEs. As said before, 9 out of 10 SMEs have no clue about their carbon emissions and have no form of carbon tracking. So this is an example on how Carbonlink can provide for SMEs ways to take accountability on the actual carbon emissions which they produce and how to offer alternatives on carbon emissions.
Yeah,
And
so
by
this
adding a
is
new
just the
category.
Yeah, sorry. Can you go back to the slide, Abdullah? Yeah, I was just saying that this is just a model because when we made the case study for Uber, we tried to sustain a profit. So we had to come up with a good way to sustain profit and keep in track with the carbon emissions. So we had to bring out different like statistics, for example, introducing climate friendly cars and a statistic that talks about electric cars and trips as usual as well. So this can be shown on the slide itself, and Shubham talk about the feature within the app.
Yeah, so as I was going to say, there'll be a new category on the app. As of right now, there's only one category, which is the electric car, and that's a pretty vague category. In Dubai, as per my knowledge, these electric cars are limited to only Teslas, which tend to be expensive, more expensive than a fuel ride. So now we are going to be introducing this Hyundai and Nissan electric cars, which are significantly cheaper than Tesla cars. So there'll be a new affordable electric category, which convinces more users to be able to go on that climate-friendly pathway. When users start to embark on that journey and more users do it in a specific country, the drivers themselves will be more inclined towards going to that matter too, because they'll see that the revenue being generated is happening in the EV sector and not the fuel sector anymore. And so this change is already projected to happen in the future, maybe 2030, 2045, when governments start making more restrictions. But, you know, it's always best to start as early as possible.
Okay, we wanted to thank you for listening to our presentation. If you are happy to learn more or you want to actually try out the app, we have QR codes here so you can actually try out the app. And if you want to contact us about Carbonlink or to work with us, feel free to contact us on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Wow, those were incredible presentations.
I actually have a question for the, was it for decarbonize? When you win a tree, is it an actual tree that you win? I mean, does that get planted as a tree, or is it like an icon of a tree? Like, is it a virtual tree?
So there'll be two options for that. The user, for free, he will get a virtual tree. So on the app, they'll immediately get a tree. However, if they would like to convert that tree into a real life, they can make a small donation of even $1 to be able to plant that tree. And that planting of a tree will be performed by third-party services.
Great, nice. Thank you.
Well, I guess we're done for today. Thank you all very much from the School of Humanity. This is wonderful, Claire. And when I become a child again, I'm going to be sure to sign up to be part of this.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. And well done to everybody. Those were really, really amazing presentations. So thank you so much for sharing today.